I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. That's a site with curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that's going to help you find work more quickly. Today, I wanted to talk to those of you who are interested in changing careers about the basic steps toward doing it. Now, I want to be clear, it's not as simple as it's going to sound, because there's an emotional component to this as well. And I'll get to that a little bit later. But here are the steps. Number one is you start figuring out your likes and dislikes. Usually, it's easier to look at your dislikes because that's what's driving you out of your current career. You hate something or really are inoculated against feeling anything good about your current work. So the dislikes are easy, but you also have to identify what the likes are. You have to start researching new possibilities and start evaluating potential places where you might fit in. And in doing so, look at transferable skills that you have that will make sense to the next firm. You may need training and education in order to be effective. So when I moved into coaching, I had spent a long career as a headhunter and decided to do coach training to get a framework for the work that I want to do next. I learned a model. I've adapted in ways that serve my clients well, and you may have to do something similar. You start networking, and networking takes a couple of different forms. One is to test your hypothesis of your area of interest. So you talk to people who are doing that kind of work to see what they do, how they go about doing it, and whether the reality of what the profession is like matches up with your actual interests. So think of it in terms of informational interviewing as much as real networking. Maybe you start gaining some basic experience, because for some of you, you can start doing things part-time or as a side hustle, a side gig, where you start working in your new field. So for example, if you work in retail and you have an interest in product management, or marketing products, you might try and do something on the side, not for a lot of money because you need the experience, but you try and do some freelance work. From there, think in terms of a mentor. How do you get a mentor? A lot of different ways, but along the course of you doing informational interviews, I think you can spot some people who are potential mentors who you could ask for advice. You learn some basics about job hunting, because the skills needed to find a job are different but complement the ones needed to do a job. And then lastly, I think most of you need to be flexible, because the notion that you're going to instantly move into your new profession, that you know everything about it, I think is fantasy. Even as you talk to so many people, you're going to get conflicting information that's going to make you question whether or not, this is the right field. So I think being flexible as you learn what it's really like is going to be a key. And then there's the leap of faith. Ultimately, you're going to have to take a leap, because, the fact of the matter is you can't know everything. You can't cushion it. You're ultimately going to have to take that leap that allows you to move ahead. Lastly, and this is, I think, the big one, you need someone to talk to. I think, frankly, most people need coaching during the career transition, and that it's someone to talk through how to work, how to approach this, places where you're stuck. I hate using the term hold accountable, because there's a punitive quality that most people associate with that, but be able to talk about what's going on in this transition to help you keep moving the needle forward. Because when you think about it, this may take you 6 months or a year. It may take you longer than that. And in doing so, there are going to be times where you're going to start making excuses to yourself about why you can't do it. why it's impossible. And you're going to start thinking of talking yourself out of this. And a good coach, and I'll raise my hand here about that, can help you through this time of transition and not allow you to sell yourself short. Offer you strategies that can be helpful that will allow you to keep moving forward in a new direction. You may not know the right course instantly, but the idea is to be moving and in action, to start learning what you need to in order to find the right spot. If you're interested in my coaching you, email me at jeffoftman@thebiggamehunter.us. In the subject line, put the word coaching. I've done job search. I did job search recruiting for a hell of a long time. Now I coach people in searches to help them land things that work for them. And to be clear, that doesn't mean I'm a recruiter anymore. I don't do recruiting. I coach people throughout their professional transitions. Hope you have a great day. Take care.